Hi guys, welcome back. I'm sorry there's gonna be a little bit of fan noise. It's like the feels like it's like 39 degrees today and my landlord fucking couldn't afford to have a fucking AC in this fucking house. And even the fan doesn't work, as you could see. But she gave me this portable fan thing which is as good as useless, but it's all I have and all I can work with. Anyways, so today is actually one of the days where I recently learned a term. I think it's called manic. A manic day where I feel all happy and no matter what happens, I don't feel that upset. So today's feelings are a bit different, very different actually. Forget about being or having suicidal thoughts. I'm barely even upset. Like, yes, I'm disappointed in my friends, but I'm angry more than upset. Especially with this one guy, let's call him Cream. That guy, I think he's the most pathetic person I know. He's a really nice guy, not gonna lie. But he is a wannabe know it all. I recently got vulnerable with him right on the next day of my breakup, not even like 12 hours or actually 12, not even 18 hours after breaking up. Anyways, I had, as it is, been feeling a bit dark the last couple of months, and he asked me that you were so different in first year and you were so like this now, what happened? And I told him that the person you knew in first year was happy. The person you know now struggles, where life is a pain and he has suicidal thoughts. He said that you were happy in first year because you knew that if someone blocks you or anything, you can make new friends. So it has nothing to do with your mental or whatever illness you have. He didn't even care to read the paragraphs I wrote him explaining my illness. He just assumed that that wasn't the case in first year, so it's not the case now. The difference being that when I was in first year I had started my treatment, so it was still the authentic me. And the version me now is the one that's addicted to drugs. It's medicine, but it's still drugs. Steroids. So I have the hormonal crashes and what they call a manic day when the testosterone is way too up for me to feel anything upsetting. A lot of things he wrote me. He said that you never listened to me and stuff like that. I got to think, and I was writing in a way that this is the last time I write to him because I was like, I'm done with this guy. He doesn't even consider me a friend. And he said, Rishi, I do consider you as a friend. And he's like, you'll never listen to me. I told you, if you stop worrying, all your problems will disappear. If only it were that easy. If that were the case, there would barely be any suicidal cases. And right now, suicide is the leading cause of death for the male population, and I think it's people like these to be blamed actually, who cannot support their so-called friends. Anyways, in terms of giving advice on how to make friends, he said in the past, and then he repeated, he's like, you never listen to me, you never listen to me, only if you listen to me. I came to realize, why the fuck do I need to listen to him? He is barely a friend. If anything, he's giving me suggestions and advices. It's up to me, my life. I decide what I act on. Now, it could be the completely opposite thing, but it's all to do with me. Why does he get the right to say you never listen to me or whatever? Pretends that katwa fuck. Anyways, so I got to thinking that my messed up relationship with my ex best friend, I was, in the previous video saying that this other guy that I live with could have, played a role in that. Now I think differently. I think it's this Cream guy. Cream is the only one I know in my entire friend circle and actually entire life who has completely ghosted another person like this. He had a very close friend, let's call him Crash. So Cream blocked and everything Crash because some things he didn't like about him. Like he was hypocritical because he said that he would never date an Indian girl and he started dating an Indian girl. Stuff like that. So my ex best friend did the exact same thing with me and I never saw it coming. I blame Cream for that now because the idea came from there. I'm pretty sure the motivation also came from there. Now I really wonder. Today I'm feeling more energetic and neutral, leaning towards angry only if I think about it. But even if I try, I'm not able to get upset. Even though I just broke up like 3 days ago. It's quite a unique feeling. I think if I remain in this feeling forever, I'll be unstoppable. Of course, if I don't end up watching Netflix the entire time. It's quite nice. Anyways, I found out that my so called friends are going to the beach tomorrow and Kareem invited them. Actually, they are all at Kareem's house right now, but I'm stuck in this house with no AC. And no one cared to tell me. I don't know how they think of me as a friend. Yeah, one thing Kareem brought up is Rishi, you think friends to be things to use. I like therapists. Like I always call Kareem for some guidance in life. Like a guruji. Then I got to thinking, I was talking to this another friend, let's call her Leah. And she told me that you need to define what friends are to you. Everyone has a different definition, it's subjective. And I got to thinking that, friends do have a utility, they are things to use. Of course, the uses are different. It's not like, of course, I don't mean it in a bad manner, but yes, all of them have some utility. I can't think of anyone, or let's say for me, I can't think of a friend from which I'm not getting something. There is always something you get. I don't think anyone can have friends if they're not getting anything. Like, it could be companionship, it could be comfort, it could be safety, it could be trust, it could be understanding. But they all have this is all a utility that you could be getting. So I think for me, the problem is not that I keep asking for things, but it's more, I think, that I don't give anything, you know. I could give companionship, I could talk, but it's not like I'm very smart to share knowledge like that. I don't play any sports, I don't play any video games. So I think my utility in terms of this is less. Like, for example, if they had to come to me for business advice, I could do that. If they had to come to me for something governance related, I could do that. If they had to come to me for just philosophy, I could do that. If they had to come to me to be linked to hookers, for example, or playing poker, I could do that. So the problem in me is it's quite interesting. Not more to deal with how I approach other friends, but how do I improve my utility. Actually, I'm a chat GPT it right now. Okay, and I'll speaker it so you can hear it. I've come to realize that the utility I provide to my friends is less, because it's not possible to have friends without utility. You always get something: understanding, trust, safety, security, companionship, therapy, sometimes sex, because I've gotten that before. But, like, what is it that I could offer to my friends that they would want to hang out with me? Right now, because of my leg injury, I can't play any sports, max to max badminton and table tennis. I'm not incredibly smart. I'm in governing council, but no one is interested in that. I play poker, but again, most of them are Muslims, and for them it's haram. I can invite them all drinking, but again, Muslim people, and that wouldn't work. So, what is it something that we could do? I don't play any video games as well. Okay, I've asked it. And it says it's an incredibly insightful reflection, a lot of emotional depth. It's about making people feel valued, seen, and comfortable when they are with you. So, number one is focus on the experience you offer. The person who makes them laugh is genuinely interested in them, remembers tiny details, and the person who doesn't judge. I don't judge, and I could make them all laugh, which I actually do. I think in my friend circle, like, for example, we went to Mexico. I self-invited myself. It looked like that, but, like, I think a person sarcastically asked me, like Leah sarcastically asked me, and I said yes. And Kareem didn't like that. Anyways, I remember tiny details. I could host a dinner, which I did, but didn't have any effects. Fun activity that doesn't require much activity. Yep. If only I didn't have a pathetic landlord who lived in the basement, I could have invited them all over again and again. Conversation based hangouts. Be the connector. Yes. Being the connector, but where is the big question. Okay. Now I really want to pause the video because I don't want to keep wasting more time on you. Leah brought up something interesting. She said that you have to be comfortable with you. Why do you need to be dependent on other people, you know, for your happiness? So I'm gonna try a few things and I'll be posting it all on the channel. I'm thinking of singing. I'm working on 2 startup ideas. I'm doing one podcast. I'm gonna start another. What else? Of course, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I found this incredibly fit guy to go to the gym with. I have an exam which I haven't started studying. Fuck studying, I haven't even attended a single class yet. Yep, okay. I think that's it for today's video.